Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and today we're going to be doing the review on the Titanic Shipment 19. So, for starters, we're going to start off with issue 105. Alright, in issue 105, we started off with the speaker for the sound effects. And we started off by basically taking the plastic part that the speaker goes into, and then putting the speaker into the plastic part. But I did mine different. I put mine into the battery box, then put the plastic part over the speaker. Turning to the next page, we then basically took the speaker part and then put the plastic part over it, and then we used 3 BM screws to screw it down in place. Then we attached all the cables in place. And then after we got all the cables attached in place, we basically put it down to the board and then screwed it down to the board. Going to the last page. After we screwed it down to the board, then we took the battery cover and then we screwed the battery cover down, and then that right there was the finished work. And mine is under here. It's right here. You can barely see it. It's under the ship, but it's under there. Then after that, we went to issue 106, which 106 started off the build of our nameplate for our ship. Nameplate for the model. With that, we basically started off with adhesive tape first, double-sided adhesive tape, and then it told us to put it straight to the name plaque and then put it on, but I put mine straight on to the base that the name plaque was going to go on, and then I put the name plaque over top of it. And you'll notice in the book, the name plaque is all gold. With mine, I painted red around the name. That way it'll show out better. But after you stuck the name in place, then it would have you to basically turn the whole stand upside down, which I turned it upside down by holding it in my hand up in the air, because you don't want to bend those little metal plugs that go into the ship. And then I basically put down the nameplate, held it above in the air, and then I screwed it down in place with the washer screws. And then that right there would be your completed work, in which you can see it right there. It looks good. Alright, and then we moved on to issue 107, which started us off with putting parts of the hull together. And with that one, we started off with the port side aft upper hull. So, bring you back here. Turn you up here. Put you right here. It started off with putting this piece. No, not that piece. This piece. The piece that we're already on the side of. But it started us off with basically putting this piece on right here first, and then attaching it with one screw. One LM screw. Basically like this. You would basically put that on, and then turn into the last page. You would basically attach it with one LM screw. And then you would have that much of the ship done right there, which is right there. That black part. Then after that, we moved on to issue 108. And then when we got to issue 108, it was the lower aft hull section, port side. And then it had us to basically put it on there to test fit it, make sure it fit right, because that is important. Turning to the last page. After that, we then secured it with 4 LM screws. Basically 4 LM screws, and then you would have that much of it right there. And that is right there, the red section of the hole right there. So I'll set it down there. And then we moved on to issue 109. So for this, let me try to turn the whole ship around, because we're going to need to look at some parts here. Let me pick up the ship. Set it down in the floor for a minute. Turn the stand around. Then we'll pick up the ship. And then we'll try setting the ship back onto the nameplate. Or back onto the stand. Just like so. Alrighty then. Oh, the thing's heavy. So with the 109, it started us off with upper aft whole section starboard side. And the first thing that it wanted us to do was to take these panels and pop them in place. And those panels are right up here at the front of the ship. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's 2 right there. It wanted us to pop those in. And then after we got those popped in, turn to the last page. That was all there was to do with this issue. It told us to hang on to the whole piece for the next issue. But that's all there was to do in this issue, was just to pop those 4 panels in. Then after that, we went to issue 110, which is our last issue of shipment 19. And that was lower aft hull section, starboard side. And the first thing that it wanted us to do was to take the 2 pieces and stick them together, test fit them, and then secure them with 3 LM screws. Then turning to the next page, then after that, we basically secured them to the ship with 2 LM screws. Let me set that there. And then that is over here, which are these 2 pieces right here. Then after that, it then told us to take some more of those panels and cover up the screw holes with those panels. And those let me see if I can get a good picture here, is right there, is, well, up here. There's one. There's the one right there. And there's 2 more right here. And then once we got those on, we're going to turn to the last page. That's all there was to do. But we also had to put screws in there. I forgot to mention that. We had to put screws in these too. Like, it was a 4 AM screws before you put the panels in. And then after that, that would be your completed work. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope y'all are doing safe during these troublesome times. And when I come back, we'll be going over the weigh-in video to see how heavy it's getting. But until then, you all have a blessed one, and goodbye.